Last time we purchased a VPS on the cloud, and we learned how to access it with a private key. For example, SSH VPS1, and now I am on the VPS, on the server, on the cloud. Let's try a command that is useful sometimes to check the ports. It is netcat. Let me see if it is installed first. Which and see. It is already installed, but let's see in which package it is. So this package is already installed, and the command nc or netcat is available. And let me check also on the local shell. New tab. Netcat is installed as well. Now, what can I do with this command nc? I can listen to a port. For example, let's say I'm listening to the port, this one, and this is on the server. So I'm listening on this port on the server. Now I will try to access this port from the local machine or from my laptop, for example. Let me find out the IP of the server or the VPS. I'm copying it, the IP of the VPS, and now I can say netcat connect to this IP on the port, and if I type something here, for example, hi, I should be able to see it on the other side. But right now I'm not seeing it, so it is not being transmitted somehow. So this tells me that this port on the server is not accessible. And do you have any idea why it might not be accessible? I think it is because of the firewall. So we already have a firewall cmd list all, and right now only this port is open in the firewall, this port, TCP port. Let me try to open this port as well. So firewall cmd zone public, it is the public zone, add port. So I want to add something on this section, in the section of ports. So I'm using the command add port, and the port number /TCP. So I'm opening this TCP port on the VPS. List again, and I see now that this port is open. Now let me stop this here, and I will try again. I can recall a previous command with Control R, and type nc, and it is finding the previous command that starts with nc. Run it again, and now try this command here again, and I'm typing something here, and it is being transmitted on the other side. Let me type, for example, hello on this side. So whatever I type on this side, it is being transferred to the other side as well. So with this command, I'm checking that this port is accessible on the server. So I'm listening to this port on the server. I'm connecting to this port from the local machine or from the client. So connect to this machine on this port. And if the port is accessible, then we should be able to communicate from one side to the other. Let me press Ctrl D or Ctrl C. Ctrl D means end of input in Linux. Ctrl D is not working. Ctrl C. Okay. Ctrl C stops the command that is running. This was for the port TCP, but I can also check UDP port. And first, let me open the port UDP on the firewall. So the same command, but /UDP. The port UDP is also open in the firewall. And now I will call the same command again, but with the option U, -U, which means this is the port UDP. Listen to the port 12345 UDP. And on the other side, it is the same command again, but I'm again using the option -U, UDP. And I'm typing something here. I forgot to press enter on this side, so this command is not running. Let me try it again. Let me type something here. It is being transmitted here. So whatever I type on one side, it is being sent to the other side. Control C. Now, instead of typing commands manually here in the standard input, I can also redirect input from one file. For example, let me try this command. But I will redirect standard input so that the input is taken from the file, for example, so it is going to take the input from this file, and on the other side, I am reading from this port TCP, not port UDP, but I'm also adding one option -W3. It is going to wait for 3 seconds. So I've not run this. I'm not running this command yet. It is going to wait for 3 seconds before trying to connect, and then instead of typing the output to the standard output, I'm going to redirect the standard output of this command to a file. So let me try this command and type this. It is going to wait 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds it runs and is finished. And also on the other side it is finished. Now let me check what is on this file. So the whole file from the VPS has been transferred to the local machine. It can work the other way around as well, if we change the redirection on this side and on the other side. For example, let me try to transfer this test dir. On the server, I will call this command again, nc, listen to this port, and the output from this command will be piped to the command tar, with the options x, z, p, f, and I'm going to explain what are these options. But before I press enter, let me prepare the other command, the command on the other side. Here I'm going to run tar. I'm creating an archive here. With the option -c, I'm creating an archive. And then the option z is for compressing it. P is preserve options, preserve ownership. And F is the file. I'm including in the archive this directory, which is this directory testdir that we have used previously to create these archives. So this F and minus means that the archive is not saved into a file, but it is sent to the standard output. So I can pipe the archive to the command nc, wait 3 seconds, and the IP of the server, and the port. Now let me start the listening command first. Press enter, come here, press enter, and let me wait a couple of seconds, and it is finished. Let's see what we have here. Now I have this directory here, testdir. The command 3 is not found. Okay, I can look with ls testdir, and for example, one of these directories. So it has transferred the whole structure of the directory. So let me try to explain it again. So I have this command which is listening to nc, which is listening to this port, and whatever data comes from this port is being piped to the command tar, and the command tar is extracting. It is interpreting it as an archive, and it is extracting the archive. But which archive? This F, the option F, tells which file to extract. But the option F with this minus means the archive is coming from the standard input, not from a file. So don't read a file and try to extract a file, but read the standard input and try to extract the standard input. The standard input is coming from the pipe. So it is trying to extract the archive that is coming through the standard input. And actually it is coming through this port. It is being sent through this port. And on the other side, we are creating an archive of this directory. But instead of storing the archive into a file, we are sending it to the standard output with this option F and minus. And from the standard output, we are piping it to the command netcat, which is sending it to this server on this port. And so what happens is that we make an archive of this directory, pipe it through netcat to the server, and on the server we extract it with another tar command. And so we transfer the whole directory. I think this is enough for the command netcat. Now let's see another command, which is tmux. So I am on the server here. Let me close this tab as well. And I am starting tmux with the command tmux. Now, each command in tmux starts with a prefix key. Prefix key usually, or the default prefix key is Ctrl B. So when I want to give a tmux command, I press always Ctrl B and then another key, which indicates which command to run. For example, let me press Ctrl B and T. Ctrl B and T. This is showing the time. So it is 19:17 or 17 minutes past 19. And press any other key to remove the time. Now I was trying to show the commands that I am pressing, but it is not working. I had tested it before and it worked, but right now it is not working. So it will be a little bit difficult to explain which commands I am pressing. But let me say that I press Ctrl B. Ctrl B is the prefix key, and then T shows the time. So let me try again. Ctrl B, and then I release the control and press T. Ctrl B and T, and then press any key. So let me try some command, and then another command, and now I will press Ctrl B and D. So it will be the command Ctrl B and D. D is for detach. Detach is quitting from the tmux, but tmux is still running on the background. So let me try it. Ctrl B and D. Ctrl B and D. So I see the message here, detached from session 0. It is still running on the background. If I run, for example, PS I see that the tmux process is still running in the background. Now I can exit from this VPS, exit, and then I log in again with SSH VPS1. And now I write tmux A. A is for attach. So I'm attaching to the previous session of tmux. And you see that the commands that I used before are still here. So if I were working on something, I can continue working. This is very useful because this works even if the network connection is interrupted. For example, I am working on something on the server and then the internet connection is interrupted, and then I have to log in again. And when I log in again, I can just attach to the tmux session and I can continue working where I left. Or if I give a command that is taking a long time to run, if the internet connection is interrupted, I will be automatically logged out from the server. But when I log out, all the commands that I'm running from the shell are interrupted automatically. But if I run this command in tmux, tmux still continues to run in the background, and the command is running inside the tmux, and so it still keeps running. And when I connect again, I can attach to the tmux session, and I can continue working where I left. So the command is not interrupted; it does its job until finished. So this is why using tmux is very useful with a VPS or with a server. And another useful thing is that we can have different windows. For example, if I need to work on two different windows, one option is to make a tab, another tab, and then to connect again, and then make another tab and connect again, and I can switch from one tab to another in the local machine. But I have to make 3 SSH connections. This maybe works, but it is not very convenient. But in tmux, I can create a window. I can create a window with the command control B, which is the prefix, and C for create. So let me try it. Control B and C. Now you see here I am now on another window. So this is the previous window, and this is the new one. This is the window with number 0, and this is the window with number 1. Let me create another window again. Control B and C. Control B and C. Now I have 3 windows, and I can switch. Or let me try a command here. Some command. I can switch from this window to the next one with Control B and N. N for next. Control B and N. Control B and N. Control B and N. Or I can switch with Control B and P. P for previous. Control B and P. Control B and P. Control B and P. Or I can switch using this window number. For example, right now I am on window number 2, and this star indicates which one is the current window. I want to switch to the window number 0, for example. I can press Control B and 0. Control B and the number of the window. Control B and 0. So let me try. Control B and 0. Or Control B and 1. Control B and 1. Control B and 2. And another way to switch to another window is to type Control B and W. Control B and W is giving a window list, and I can switch with arrows and press Enter to go to the desired window. These windows are named somehow automatically, but I can change the name of the window by pressing, for example, Control B and comma. Control B and comma. I can change the name of the current window. Let me try it. Control B and Control B and comma, rename window. And I can change the number of the window with Control B and dot. Control B and dot changes the number of the window. Let me try. Move window. Let's say that I am going to move it to number 5. And now the number of this window is 5. So I have the windows 1, 0, 1, and 5. If I say, for example, Control B and P, it still goes to window number 1. But if I say Control B and 2, there is no window number 2. Control B and 2 can't find window number 2. Control B and 5 goes to window number 5. Now, another feature of tmux that can be useful sometimes is that we can split the window into several panes. For example, with Control B and this double quote, I can make an horizontal split. Let me try it. Control B and double quote. This is a horizontal split. So I have one pane above and one pane below. And with Control B and percentage, I can make a vertical split. Let me try it. Control B and percentage. This is a vertical split of the current pane. And how do I move from one pane to another? For example, if I want to go to the pane above, I can press Control B and the up arrow. For example, Control B and up. If I want to go back here again, then I can press Control B and the arrow down. Control B and down. If I want to go to the window on the left, Control B and arrow left. Control B and arrow left. To the right, Control B and the right arrow. Another way to switch between the panes is to press Control B and O. This O goes to the other pane and it takes it in one by one. For example, Control B and O, Control B and O, Control B and O, Control B and O. So it goes to the other pane one by one. And with the command Control B and Q, I can show the pane numbers. Control B and Q. So the pane above, this one is number 0. This one is number 1, and this one here is number 2. Now, if I want to switch from this pane to this pane, I can also use Control BQ and then press immediately 2. So Control BQ 2. But this has to happen fast because the numbers are displayed for a short time. It is also possible to make the time of display longer, but right now the default setting is very fast. For example, if I am not fast, if I want to go to the window number 1, for example, but I am not fast, Control BQ and then I press 1. Now it does not switch. The switching can happen while the numbers are displayed, and they are not displayed for a very long time. And I can also resize this pane. For example, Control B and Control right will move this this splitting line to the right. Control B and the arrow. Control B and Control right. Control B and Control right. Control B and Control right. Control B and Control left. On the other side. So it is possible to change the size of. Let me try Control B and Control up, for example. Control B and Control up. Control B and Control up. Control B and Control down. Control B and Control down. Now, if I want to delete this pane, I can press Control B and X. This X will delete the current pane. Control B and X. Kill pane 1? Yes. And I can press Control B and F to find something. Control B and F. This is going to find something, a pane, for example. Control B and F. Find the window. Enter. If I don't give a window name and press enter, then this list is shown, and I can switch to a window or to a pane inside the window. For example, this has two panes. This window has two panes, pane number 0 and pane number 1. I can switch to one of them, for example, this one. Let me try it again. Control B and F, enter. And let me go to this session, to this window, sorry, to another window. Now I will detach from this tmux with Control B and D. Control B and D again, detach. Now the tmux session is still running on the background, and if I press tmux and A, I can attach to it. But if I just press tmux without the command A, without the command attach, it is going to create another tmux session, a new session. So this is a new session. And let me try some commands here, and let me detach from this session as well. Control B and D, and with the command tmux ls, it is going to list the current sessions. So I have session 0 and session 1. Session 0 has 3 windows, and the session 1 has 1 window. And I can attach tmux A to the session 0, for example, -t0. Detach again, Control B and D, or I can attach to the session number 1, tmux A -t1, and this is the other tmux session. And when I am inside the session, I can switch to another session with the command Control B and S. Control B and S. This S is select a session. So let me try it. Control B and S. And now I can select the session with 3 windows or the session with 1 window. Okay, this is enough for tmux. I can close all these windows with exit. Let me attach to the other session as well and close it. And actually, it is better to have one tmux session. So we are going to start with bash scripting now, and it is better to have to work in a session. Since I am working on the server, let's work on a tmux session. So just starting tmux. So let me write a simple bash script. I am using the extension .sh for bash script. And I'm going to write 2 commands. and save, Control O save, and Control X quit. Let me check the content of this script with cat. So it has just these two commands, hello world and echo how are you today. And this is not even executable. Now I can call bash, the command bash, with the argument hello.sh. So bash is the command that is running this shell, the bash shell, that where we give commands. And if I just run bash, it is going to start another subshell, another shell inside the shell. But if I say bash with a file as an argument, then bash is going to get the commands, to read the commands in this file, and it is going to interpret them one by one. And right now there are only these two commands, echo hello world and echo how are you today. So it is executing these two commands. Now another way to execute this this script is to use the so-called shebang. So I can edit this script, nano hello.sh, and I can add this line at the very first line. This is called hash or she, and this is called bang. So these two characters are called shebang. And immediately after these characters comes the program that is going to interpret this script. And I can say /bin/bash. Save, exit. Let me check the content. So the very first line contains which program is going to interpret this script. But in order to execute this as a script, I also have to make it executable, to give it the X permission. Change mode +X hello.sh. And if I try to execute it, now that it is executable, it also has a green color. It's displayed with a color by the command ls. Now if I try to execute it like this, hello.sh, I get this error message, command not found. Why I'm getting this error message? Because the shell is getting this line as a command, and the first token of the command is the program that is going to be executed, and the name of the program is hello.sh. But then it is going to look to some specific directories for this program, and these directories are listed on the environment variable path. So it is going to look for this program into this directory first, and it does not find it there, and then it is going to look into this directory. It does not find it. It is going to look into this directory, does not find it, look into this directory, and it cannot find it in no directory, and so it gives this error message, command not found. But why it is looking into these directories? Because I have not specified a path for this command. So I'm just giving the name of the command, but I'm not telling shell where to find it. So it is going to look into some predefined directories for the commands. But if I tell the path of this command, then it is going to skip this checking. So how can I give a path to this command? I can give a path to this command like this, writing // hello.sh. This dot is the current directory, and this means the file hello.sh into the current directory. Now that I'm giving this path to the command, the shell is not going to look into these standard directories, but it is going to it knows where to find this command, and it is going to execute it. So usually if I have some scripts in the local directory, I can call them with this / and then the name of the script, for the reason that I explained. So this shebang tells the shell which command to use to interpret the rest of the script. It can be, for example, Python. In this case, it is Bash, but if it is a Python program, then this can be the path to the Python command. For example, I'm not sure whether I have Python here. Which Python? Which Python 3? Yes. So if I want to use, if I want to execute a Python script, then I have to write this path here, /bin /user/bin /python3, and then the rest is going to be a Python script. And then let me try it actually. So this is the script, the Python script. It is a very basic script, but if I want to execute it as a script, then I have to specify the shebang here. Save, exit. Make it executable, and execute it. Okay, now let's continue with some modifications to this hello file. I can rewrite it like this. So I'm opening a string here with a double quote, and then this counts, this string, and then I'm closing the string here. So a string in a Bash script can span multiple lines. So this string, for example, is spanning three lines, or 4. Let me try it, save. And this is useful if we have to print some text, because we don't have to say echo, 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 echo for each line, but we say echo, open the string, and then multiple lines of text message, and then close the string at the end. Now, another way to print multiple lines or to print a paragraph is like this. It is called a here document. Cut. So I'm starting a here document here, and it means that the following lines until to this token are going to be interpreted as standard input. So take the standard input from the following lines, and the command cat just takes some input on the standard input and sends it or prints it to the standard output. The standard output is the screen. So this command is going to print these two lines. Let's try it. And again, it is printing these lines. And this token here can be anything. The important thing is that it is the same. So the same token here and the closing token. This is the opening token and this is the closing token. For example, I can say, for example, something like this. It is still it will still work the same way. So this end of file is not special. It can be, for example, XYZ, whatever. Let's test it. And sometimes this is better than the version that we saw before with double quote. Open a string with double quote and then close it after several lines with double quote. Why? Because we can have double quotes inside this text. For example, I can say so I can have quotes inside the text that is being printed. With the previous method, it is not so easy. It is possible, but it is more complicated to accomplish it. But this is very clean and very easy. I can have single quotes, double quotes, and so on. So let me test it. So this here document is more convenient sometimes. Now let's see an example with some loops: for loop, while loop, and until. I will start a new program, a new script, nano count.sh. I will start with the shebang. Bin bash /bin/bash, and then write a program for I in So this is a shell expansion. This is a range. It is being expanded by the shell into 1, space 2, space 3, and so on. But let's try this first, and then we will try the expanded version as well. Let me make it executable. And let's try it. So the variable I is taking values from 1 to 5, and for each value we are printing it in one line, because echo also prints one new line after a new line character after printing the arguments, and then at the end this finished is printed. Now, as I said, this is a range in shell, and it is expanded by the shell to be something like this. So it is equivalent to this one. It is identical. And of course, instead of numbers, we can have also strings or letters. For example, we can have A, B, C, D, and so on here. For example, save. Try it again. And again, the variable I is taking this one by one. As long as they are separated by a space, they are extracted as separate tokens by the shell, and this for loop assigns the first token the first time it is executed to this variable, and then it assigns the second token, third token, and so on. Now, there is another variant of the for loop. This is similar to the loop in Python. There is another variant that is similar to the loop in C++. For example, we can write something like this. So this is similar to a C++ program. So the loop in a C++ program. I is initialized to 1 first, and then this is the test. As long as I is less than or equal to 5, repeat the body of the loop, and then here I is incremented. And this is the result. Now let's modify this count program in order to use a while loop instead of a for loop. And with a while loop, we have to initialize a variable first, the count variable. For example, count is being initialized to 1, and then while here the condition count less than or equal to 5, do echo count, and then we are going to increment the count and then done. Close the loop. So we are initializing the variable count here, and then inside the while loop we have this condition. As long as the condition is true, we repeat this body of the loop. So the condition is that count is less than or equal to 5, and then we print the count and then increment. There is something wrong here, plus here. we increment the count by 1. Now, if you remember when we explained the shell expansions, this is like a shell expansion actually, and it is starting with $1, and with this double double parentheses, and it is closing with this double parentheses, and the part inside this parenthesis is interpreted as an arithmetic expression, and it is being evaluated as an arithmetic expression, and then the value of this expression is replaced. This is replaced with the value of the expression. Okay, let's try this one as well. And it still works. Now I'm going to modify this program. I'm going to modify the condition in this while loop. Again, this double parenthesis indicates an arithmetic expression inside, and this comparison is a comparison in an arithmetic expression, but we can do it in a different way. We can use this double square bracket, and then we have to use an empty space. We have to surround it with empty spaces, close it with a double square bracket, and the testing condition is this is less than or equal. So this is another test in Bash. We are testing a condition, but and one mistake here. I have to use this this dollar here in front of the name of the variable. So I'm testing that the value of this variable is less than or equal to the number 5. This is a test, another way of testing in Bash. And let me try it again. And it works. And the final modification for today, because the time is up, is that instead of while, let's try to use an until expression. Loop, and when we use an until loop, we have to use the opposite of testing expression, because the body of the loop is going to be repeated until this test is true. So the loop is checking the condition. If it is true, it repeats the loop, and then it checks it again. If it is true, it repeats the body of the loop again. And this is done until the check or the condition is false, until the condition is false. So if I change while with until, I also have to change the testing condition to the opposite one. For example, the opposite of less than or equal, currently it is less than or equal. I can use GT. GT means greater. So the testing condition is that count is greater than 5. Sorry, the until loop is repeated until this becomes true. So it is checking the condition. It is false. The body is repeated. It checks the condition. It is again false. The body of the loop is repeated, and this continues until this becomes true. When this becomes true, then the loop stops. So the variable count initially has the value 1. Is it greater than 5? No. repeat the loop. It becomes 2. Is it greater than 5? No. Repeat again. And when the count becomes 5, is it greater than 5? No. Then it stops and we get this echo finished. Save, quit, and test it again. And it still works. And we'll stop here for today, and next time we'll again continue with some more bash scripts.